Nigeria is awakening in the final minutes of the first game in the U20 World Cup, and Isagi Oichi is the catalyst that will start it all. The officials for Blue Lock Chapter 323 have released. Let's talk about it. The chapter starts right where the last one left off, with Isagi stealing the ball from Bello, with the announcer saying Yoichi Isagi has the ball. It's time for Blue Lock Japan's counterattack. As Onazi tracks Isagi, asking himself, curiosity in himself, I wonder if I can live like you too, as Isagi Oichi ends up passing the ball after getting past two Nigerian defenders. That pass going to none other than Bachira Megadu, with Isagi Oichi calling out Nigeria saying, is that all you've got, Nigeria? If you want to be the world's best, then surpass Blue Lock. Surpass my brain. As he yells this out to the entirety of the Nigerian team, with different puzzle pieces for the different players on Nigeria falling around him. We then cut to the next page with Aiku talking to Isagi, catching Isagi off guard, with Aiku responding to what Isagi said by saying, careful with taunts, Isagi, as he continues by saying, Ego told us to keep them at 0. Their morale was about to be decimated, so why are you pumping them up like that? As Isagi responds, I can turn it into data. And this catches Aiku off guard, with him saying, huh? As Isagi responds saying, if one of them awakens, I can experience a new form of soccer. And if I can adapt to and stop that egoist, then Blue Lock will evolve even further. As this gets to Aiku saying, just how greedy is this guy? Plus, even if they get a point, we'll still win. 5 minutes left. Do they awaken or do we adapt? Isagi is fired up over this. He knows what he's doing, as he makes an exit away from Aiku saying, I'll leave the backline to you, Captain. With Metavision activated, he has something in mind. Aiku responding saying, are you testing me too, egoist? As Aiku responds, Roger. We then cut to Bachira with the ball and two Nigerian players saying, cover the left side. As Bachira says, one more repon, as he kicks it over the head of another Nigerian player. To none other than Reo, as Reo says, nice lift pass, Bachira, but it's intercepted by none other than Obabana. Though Obabana saying, that's the third time you did that, as Bachira responds, dang it, he saw through it. Obabana screaming, second ball. Karasu noticing this and saying, you're too ordinary for that, as Kuso responds in kind to Karasu saying, no, that's what you are, as he manages to get the ball first before Karasu, and this takes Karasu back, questioning what just happened. Onazi then says, nice, Kuso. Kuso responds, Onazi, you gave us hope to keep living, with our dream of winning the World Cup. Then go back to a flashback of both Onazi and Kuso, with Kuso continuing saying, being with you was so fun, it was like a dream. But, as Kuso's sitting at a computer, he asks, hey Onazi, the data says that we haven't been increasing our attack patterns lately. We're winning, but our scoring power is gradually dropping. At this rate, there's a high probability that other countries will devise countermeasures and shut us out. As Onazi is attentively listening, Kuso continues by saying, so what if we stop making you the lone finisher and brought in a second player to help you out up front? Coach suggested that. Onazi responds by saying, but then wouldn't you get less playtime, Kuso? Or Obo and Bello? Kuso responds while looking at the stats of the other players on the team saying, well, we'll have to fight to play. It's time to accept that things can't stay this way forever, as he gets cut off with Onazi saying, no way, I don't want to play soccer if it's not with you guys. I was so lonely and you, all you guys saved me. I want to repay you for becoming my family. I want to take you to the World Cup and win together. Going through different flashbacks of the things that have happened in his childhood with all of them. Onazi responding to Kuso saying, we won't change our method. We don't need other players. Kuso responding to Onazi by saying his name and inner monologuing saying, that makes me so happy I could die, but isn't that choice just gonna kill your own possibilities? As Onazi says, like he usually does, it's fine, I'm here. As we cut back to the game with Kuso having the ball, while Karasu and Reo are in the back figuring out what needs to be done, with Bello saying, alright, let's do this, Kuso, as Obabana says go. Kuso thinking to himself, like usual, in the end, I caved to Onazi's kindness and couldn't say it. And before I knew it, our dream had gone from win the World Cup to be together. But now that's been exposed here by Blue Lock, as both Karasu and Reo try to trap Kuso, with Onazi and Isagi in the back. Kuso then realizes, no, Yoichi Isagi exposed us, with Onazi saying, pass, Kuso. As Kuso thinks to himself, here at the hottest place in the world, as you wish, Onazi, you can't move forward unless you throw us away. Blue Lock brought to light the part of your ego that makes you fight for yourself, not us. As in the next page, we see Kuso manage to get past Karasu and Reo like it's nothing, with Kuso saying, chase after that curiosity in yourself. As Raichi says, stop him, followed by Karasu saying, when did he get so sharp? Even he doesn't understand how this is possible, with Raichi then colliding with Kuso, as Kuso continues by saying, our family tree might end here. As in the next page, that being a double page, he continues by saying, but even so, I want to see when you take on the world, as he passes the ball, getting past Raichi and Audio, affirming that this is his curiosity. And in the final page of Blue Lock Chapter 323, we see the ball going to none other than Onazi, with Aiku looking on. Kuso continuing by saying, my shining hope, let me see you. As Onazi's looking at the ball, Aiku says, the new egoist is here. Kuso saying, reach the world with this shot, with ego overflowing in his eyes. And I'm gonna be honest, I think Aiku is referring to Isagi here, not Onazi. Reason being, Isagi was just there with Onazi and now he's gone. Isagi wanted something like this, so odds are he's most likely going to get involved. And I don't see Nigeria scoring here. That or Aiku does something to help Isagi, I don't know. But overall, the things that Kuso and Onazi are doing shouldn't make any sense knowing how things have played out in this entire game. On a very bare bones level, understanding the curiosity behind oneself and not being able to score for your own goals whatsoever doesn't really add up to me. Yet somehow we're here, no Metavision, no Predator Eye, and someone like Kuso is able to get past Karasu and Reo really easily, knowing that they both have Metavision and are really good at what they do. Oh, and is able to collide with Raichi and not be affected by it, even though Raichi's much stronger than Nico. But this is the same guy that was struggling with Nico earlier on in this match, so like, make that make sense. But we shall see how this plays out next chapter. I think it's interesting, but we got to stop with the plot armor for Nigeria. They're already cooked, so like, why? Aside from Isagi trying to evolve, but even if they did, like, what would that really do? Really think on that, like, actually.